Hello everybody, how are we all doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today it is, as you can see, it is Chelsea and Crystal Palace for this evening game. Let me know if you are there, if you can hear me, and everything is all good with you guys. So we've had, as you can see at the bottom, two really entertaining games of football. If anyone has seen them so far, they were two really great games. Leeds United managed to hold on despite going a man down, and Liverpool sneaking a point, all 3 points towards the end of the game. Be sure to get your score predictions in for this game, guys. Hopefully we get another exciting game like we did last weekend. Maybe not in the same sense of what it was last weekend, where it was an absolute pummeling of Chelsea. But hopefully we'll get some entertainment for you guys and entertainment for me as well. As you can see, I'm not joined by anyone today. I tried my best to get someone because I know how boring it can be for you guys if it is just me speaking. But there we are. That is all we can do so far. So let me know if you're there. Let me know if you can hear me all right. Jordan says he's watching the Grand National, then I'll be back. No worries, Jordan. Absolutely no worries. I understand the priorities. Make yourself a bit of money, then come back here and have a good time. Sam, come on, Crystal Palace. You're a bit laggy. Yeah, I'm not sure why at the minute, Shah, if I'm brutally honest with you. I think it's just my laptop catching up with itself. So we should be okay in a little while. It's nothing to do with my actual internet. So it should be okay. Do let me know if that doesn't sort itself out. And it should sort itself out in a little while because I've got everything up and running now. So the first thing, as always, to do is to have a look at the team sheets for today. So let's have a look on Sofa Scores and let's have a look at the team sheets for today. Obviously, there will be no Thiago Silva today, and that is obviously expected after last week's performance where Chelsea ended up having Thiago Silva sent off. So if we look at the lineups here, let me click on here so we can see it a little bit better. Here we are. Just looking at the table there we are. So these are the teams as they've been released. So we've got Guaita starting in goal for Crystal Palace with Joel Ward and Patrick Van Aanholt as fullbacks. Sheku Kouyaté and Gary Cahill, formerly of Chelsea, remember, both starting centre-half. Two fantastic defenders, and Kouyaté has that ability to play midfield as well, showing his diversity. Jordan Ayew, who has been a very good servant for Crystal Palace over the last few years, starting in that right-hand side with Eberechi Eze on that left wing. I'm excited to see him play. I haven't seen much of him this season, but I know he's a fantastic young talent. Jairo Riedewald and Luka Milivojevic start in that centre mid role. And then you've got the main man himself, Christian Benteke. No, the main man himself, Wilfried Zaha, partnered up front with Christian Benteke. Two players who on their day could be sensational for Crystal Palace. A very strong team, classic Roy Hodgson, if you will. Very, very classic Roy Hodgson. Next up, the Chelsea team. So, as I said earlier, there are a few changes to this Chelsea side, and a key one is losing Thiago Silva. And he has been replaced with what looks like Kurt Zouma. It will be interesting to see how Kurt Zouma and Antonio Rudiger do line up in this in defence, which will be on the left and which will be in the centre. So we've got those two, and then we have Captain Fantastic, Cesar Azpilicueta at right centre-back, really starting to cement a place in that team again and coming back brilliantly into this Chelsea side. We then have Callum Hudson-Odoi in right wing-back instead of Reece James. Another change, but that may be with the Champions League in mind. Maybe Thomas Tuchel will be looking to have a more defensively minded player when we face Porto on Tuesday night, which I will be streaming again with Jordan, who's just been in the chat. So be sure to stick around for that. Jorginho and Mateo Kovacic then, round off the centre of midfield, and Ben Chilwell in that left wing-back role. Marcus Alonso yet to get a look in after his poor performance against West Bromwich Albion. Then the team is rounded off with no Timo Werner this time. Kai Havertz has retained his spot. Mason Mount obviously has retained his spot. And that's the same with Christian Pulisic. Pulisic didn't do much wrong last weekend. but ended up being subbed off for Mason Mount, who is the better player. And as we can see here, Kai Havertz retaining his spot. Maybe a little bit harsh on Timo Werner, but at the end of the day, we aren't scoring goals. And that's my main worry for this Chelsea game, is where are the goals going to come from? We have Jorginho, who's a fantastic penalty taker, one of our top goal scorers. Same with Kurt Zouma, actually. But there's no Timo Werner on there. And I know he's not been bagging, but he creates opportunities for other people. We need Christian Pulisic and Mason Mount to start doing that. And we will have a better time if that happens. So just looking at the subs bench, is there anyone big on the bench? Obviously, Werner, Hakim Ziyech, Giroud and Tammy Abraham is back on the bench. N'Golo Kante yet to get back into the team after picking up a knock. Maybe again, like I said, has it in mind that it's going to be for the Champions League in midweek. Maybe that will be what it is. And then Jack Butland on the bench for Roy Hodgson's Crystal Palace. A very good goalkeeper on his day. It'll be interesting to see how he does at Crystal Palace. Hopefully, he can start getting a few performances under his belt, because we need a good England keeper. And there you can see, wow, quite a long injury list there for Crystal Palace. Michy Batshuayi of Chelsea. I'm not sure if he'd have been able to play anyway, because he'd have been, I think the phrase is cup tied, where you can't play against your parent club. Mamadou Sakho, James Tompkins, Nathaniel Klein, Nathan Ferguson, James MacArthur and James McCarthy. So a long injury list there for Crystal Palace, and it really is a shame for them. They are a fantastic team. They can do well on their day, and hopefully it will be a good game despite that. And Andros Townsend, he is also on the bench, which surprises me. Let's have a look. What did the games earlier mean for this game? What do Chelsea need to do? So Chelsea, you can see, are now sat down in 6th. West Ham face Leicester tomorrow, I do believe. And so Leicester could do Chelsea a favour. And Chelsea, if they win today, will go back into that top 4, especially if Leicester do Chelsea a favour and win tomorrow. Liverpool picking up a valuable 3 points in their hunt for the Champions League spot, and Leeds picking up a valuable 3 points. Manchester City looks home and hosed, but it gives that little element of doubt. Manchester United, 2 games in hand there. I'm not saying it will happen, but it gives that element of doubt in their minds. And to be fair, it was a poor Man City side, and Leeds, fair play to them, did fantastically. So we are about 5, 7, 8 minutes away from kickoff. Let's see who's in the chat, and let's hear your score predictions as well. I apologise for the sun. It is being very bright today. It's lovely to have the weather, but it's also not. Anyway, let's have a look. No guests. Yes, I know. I've tried my best. Why is Havertz playing? The thing with Thomas Tuchel is, he has a lot of faith in his Chelsea players, which is absolutely fantastic to see. But maybe he's got too much faith in these German players, and it'd be nice to see Oli Giroud or Tammy Abraham get their opportunity in this team. City lost. Yes, they did lose. Yes, they did. They lost earlier. And to be fair to Leeds, they were fantastic. And Leeds did not put a foot wrong, really, other than the actual red card itself. Chelsea is back again. Thank you for sticking around, Chelsea. Thank you. Hopefully it's a good game for us. Hopefully it will go well. Louis, who was on last week for the West Brom game. Sorry I couldn't come on today. I'll be watching while doing my dissertation. Have a good show, mate. Thank you for stopping by, Louis. Really appreciate it. I'm glad we have the Hudson-Odoi Mount partnership. That could be where the goals come from today. Yeah, that is what I'm hoping for the most part, is that partnership. We've seen Mason Mount, that goal against Porto. Wow, what a goal. What a goal. But we've seen Mason Mount is probably the biggest threat out of this team. I'd love to see Kai Havertz do well, but here we are. He's got his opportunity. He's starting up front in a dynamic 3. Can he do it? That is the question. Unlucky Silva, mate. Absolutely, yeah. Chelsea still have a very strong squad. I actually wrote that down as something to talk about, was the fact that Chelsea have a very strong defensive lineup today, even without Thiago Silva. And maybe that is something that Chelsea need to look at in the future. Like, we are extending his contract, but do we need him? We only need him really for the leadership at this current moment in time, especially if he's going to have games like that. I'm just watching the players walk out onto the pitch, and we should be getting underway in a quick minute. Shark AK says 2-1 Chelsea, and Chelsea's back. Rest in peace. Oh my God, I pronounced that wrong. Rest in peace, Prince Philip. Yes, rest in peace to him. And 3-2 Chelsea, says Chelsea. Wow, that would be a good game to have. You can see the teams. In case if you missed, I can see a few more people filtering through. In case you missed the teams, they are scrolling across the bottom there for you guys. My score prediction for today's game is, I don't know whether to be optimistic with this one. Chelsea played really well against Porto, but they were really bad against West Brom. So I am going to go with 3-1 Chelsea. 3-1 Chelsea. Gary Cahill obviously getting a return. Please don't be a dead game, I beg. No 0-0, please. Honestly, Shah, it makes it so much easier for me when I've got people in the comments and when there's actually stuff to talk about, getting questions in. So that man I can see on my screen right now, the key man for Crystal Palace is Wilfried Zaha. Wilfried Zaha. What do we all think to him? Let me know in the comments. And what should he do? I'm gonna have a brief discussion about this. Wilfried Zaha is coming up to 28 years old now. 28. And don't get me wrong, he's a fantastic footballer, but he should be at a better club than Crystal Palace. And I think we've all been saying that for years. And he's maybe back at his goal scoring best this season. Wilfried Zaha, be interesting to see how he does in this game. The last time Crystal Palace scored against Chelsea in that match, both Zaha and Benteke both scored in that game. So I guess that's promising for Crystal Palace. But there's been links to Bayern Munich, Arsenal, two big teams there. Maybe Arsenal's more of a sideways move at this current moment. That's not a dig at Arsenal. They're not really at the top of their game at the moment. So that'll be interesting. That'll be really interesting to see what happens with Wilfried Zaha. We know he wants Champions League football. Maybe he'd fit in at a Chelsea side. I think at the minute we've got too many attacking talents for him to fit in at a Chelsea side. But you never know. You never know. Let me know what you guys think to Wilfried Zaha. He is obviously the star man for Crystal Palace. He is by a long shot the star man, and it looks like we're going to end up with the footballers having a moment's silence. Everyone is stood up, so I will observe the minute's silence. Hopefully that doesn't seem too weird. I just think it's the right thing to do in this position. So I will observe the minute's silence when it's on my screen, and then we'll get back into it. Leave a few comments, guys. What do you think to Wilfried Zaha? The captains are just sorting themselves out, and then we will get cracking. Hopefully it shouldn't be too long. Hopefully it's not a really, really long minute, because I know that's how it's going to feel to you guys. But there we are. It's the better thing to do. Right, I think we're just about to start. I'm waiting for the whistle because I've got my sound on. We'll just wait for them to start, and then we can get on ourselves, can't we? And pay our respects. I just don't want to cause any problems with anyone by not obeying it. So there we are. Makes it much easier. Well, there we are, guys. Sorry about that. I thought that was probably the best thing to do, just to make sure that, people have their own opinions on different people, but just to make sure that I was paying my respects in the best way possible. So if you are in the chat now, I can see there's a few more people in. Get your score predictions in. I think it was 2 minutes in the end. It felt like really long, so I'm assuming it was 2 minutes. Millennial Tynes with the Grand National winner. Thanks for stopping by, Josh. If there is anyone who's not subscribed to Josh, go subscribe to Josh. He's like me, but on steroids, is what I'm going to say. His channel is like mine, but on steroids. There we are. So there we are. The teams are just about to get underway here, which means we've got some action to talk about and different bits and bobs to speak about. I've got everything hopefully ready, and hopefully there'll be some good talking points in this game. That's what we want. That is what we want. Chelsea says always respect. Exactly. You need to show your respect to people, whether you like them or not. Josh's score prediction is 2-1 Chelsea. I'm hoping so, but Josh, can there be 3 games in a row 2-1 Chelsea? That is the well, not 2-1 Chelsea, but 3 games in a row being 2-1. That is the question. And I've just seen another Shah comment as well, Shah's just laughing. Fair enough. It did feel like a long time, didn't it? It just reminds me of when you used to play football and stuff like that, and you used to do it at You used to do it when you were at football and stuff like that, and you used to be stood there awkwardly with your mates waiting for them. That's what it reminded me of. But there we are. At least it's done with now. Now we can get on with the football. And here we go. It is underway now at Selhurst Park, and I'm excited for this one. Chelsea need to be aware of this Crystal Palace side. They're a bit of a team that Chelsea struggle with. A bogey side, if you will. They are a bit of a bogey side. They haven't lost since 2017, but they are able to lose. They are able to lose against this Crystal Palace side, especially when they're on form. So hopefully for Chelsea, we're on at the best of our ability as well. It should be a very entertaining game. And I'm hoping it looks like Kurt Zouma, like I mentioned at the beginning, is in the centre of that defence. Hopefully that is a good decision. I don't know. Kurt Zouma kind of gives me, I don't know, sometimes I'm not convinced on him. As Kouyaté has gone down early on here, less than a minute in, Kouyaté has gone down. So we will have to see what that was. Having lovely fish and chips. Fair enough, Shah. Fair enough. Enjoy. The way this day is going, it's a 2-1 kind of day. I hope there's not as much drama as the Liverpool game, though. Well, actually, no, I do hope there's the drama, but I hope it's not against Chelsea. That's what I was trying to say. I would appreciate the drama, but nevertheless, Hudson-Odoi goes to flick a ball over the top. Well picked up by Mason Mount there. Kai Havertz loses the ball. Kai Havertz needs to be better today. This is a opposition who we could maybe get the best. We could get the best out of Kai Havertz with. So maybe this will work well. I really don't know, though. I really do not know. Let me know, guys, if you guys have had any winners on the Grand National. I have not paid any attention to the Grand National or the horses because I'm not, I say I'm not a betting person. I mean, I bet on the football, but that's because I understand the football. I don't, some of the horse stuff, I was like, don't really understand. Zouma here rolls the ball out wide to Ben Chilwell. Ben Chilwell back into Kovacic. Can Chelsea get an early attack here? Settle the nerves, maybe an early goal, settle the nerves. So break down this Crystal Palace team so they're not sitting back. That's what we know Roy Hodgson is good at, hitting teams on the counter-attack or sitting back. Josh got 6th place in the Grand National. I mean, that's better than mine last year, Josh, actually. The one time I did do it, I just stuck a random one and he fell over at the first hurdle. So there you are. Picked a load of donkeys. I mean, that's your fault. Lol, have you seen the scores in the Championship? 4-1 game, a 5-0 game, a 3-0 game. Hopefully it comes over here, Shah. That's all I'm saying. Hopefully the good games. As Hudson-Odoi does well there. I don't know what's going on with my internet today. It is not doing very well. I've got a very blurry stream at the moment, so I'm trying to work out what is going on the best as possible. And Chelsea have somehow gone from their byline all the way back to Aspilicueta in the space of about 10 minutes. Josh Wilkinson, lovely to have you back, mate. I got fourth and my mum got first. How much did she win, Josh? Let us know. Congratulations to your mum for winning that. A little bit of fun for you guys, isn't it? A little bit of fun. Why not? Everyone likes to stick a quid or a fiver on the Grand National. You know, you might as well. Chilwell into Havertz. Havertz holds up the play. Kovacic looking for Havertz's feet, but he couldn't quite get that off there. I'm intrigued to see how Kai Havertz will play up front against Crystal Palace, where he'll play. If there is that dynamic movement between him, Mason Mount, and Christian Pulisic swapping, Callum Hudson-Odoi drives the ball in, pulls it back to Pulisic. Pulisic gets knocked over in the box. Pulisic hooks it back out to Callum Hudson-Odoi. Now into Kovacic. Kovacic out left to Ben Chilwell. Ben Chilwell looks for a pass, comes back to Antonio Rudiger. And my stream is just completely glitched out. And that was weird. I'm assuming that was a long ball over to Callum Hudson-Odoi and blazed over by Mason Mount. Sunderland on my hate list let me down for a big bet today. Only team. Oh, that's not good, is it, Josh? That's not good. My mum won £10 and I think I won £3. Even better, £3 better off, isn't it, Josh? £3 better off than you were when you started the day. That should be good. Mason Mount, 4 goals in his previous 8 games. Don't know whether that's a good thing, but there you are. That was the stat that came on the screen. I've just seen Jordan's comment. Here it is. £1 might have well have watched this from the start. Exactly, Jordan. You don't lose your money when you watch me. You just lose your own time, and that's your own fault. It's your choice to come and watch me. There we are. Chelsea sustaining most of the early pressure, early possession in this game. No surprises there. Callum Hudson-Odoi looks bright in the first 5 minutes. Rolls it into Jorginho. Jorginho looks for Mason Mount. Not quite on the same wavelength there. And it has gone out for a Crystal Palace goal kick. There we are. I dropped something on the floor. My bad. The person on Sky Sports News said Crystal Palace with a 4-1 win. Really? Just seeing on the screen, Jorginho, I don't know what to make of him this season. He is I think he's our top goal scorer at the moment, Jorginho, but I'm not really sure what to think about Jorginho. He's a player who cuts my opinion into. I have no clue. He's a good penalty taker, but I'm not always confident with Jorginho on the ball, and that is a problem. And defensively, he's not the greatest either. Crystal Palace have got a little bit of possession here. It's in their own half, but it is a building block for them, and Kouyaté has had to go all the way back to Gaeta here. Josh has predicted a 3-1 Chelsea win. That is exactly what I've gone with, Josh. So there we are. Two great minds think alike. Let's hope for a good game. Yep, we're still hoping for a good game. We still are. Crystal Palace coming into this game have had a very, very mixed season. I think that's the best way to say it. They beat Manchester United, didn't they, in the opening weeks, but have since lost both games against Burnley, which they have played. They lost against Newcastle earlier on in the season. So it has been a mixed season for Crystal Palace, who at the moment sit in 13th place. I think if you were a Palace fan, you'd take 13th place, but they've surely got to be starting to look a little bit higher up this table, consistently finishing 15th, 16th, around that area. Ball whipped in. Oh, Christian Pulisic there, saved by Gaeta, and it is cleared away. I think that's hit the post, actually, rather than cleared. Rolled back into Havertz. Havertz, can he get a shot off? Looks to find that corner, and he has. Kai Havertz, that man has scored, and that is why I was in it. Even I was questioning it, but there we are. Kai Havertz has made it 1-0 Chelsea within 8 minutes, and wow, what a finish that is. It's all started from that ball in from, I believe it was Mason Mount, but then it is, he's really well dispossessed. up the field. He's dispossessed Eze, rolled it back, and then on his left foot, on his weaker left foot, has just bent it into that bottom left-hand corner. A lovely little finish, and that is all Kai Havertz's work there. He's nicked the ball off Eze. Callum Hudson-Odoi has found him in space again, and he's just put it in that bottom left, and it is 1-0 Chelsea, and that is a goal scorer that I love to see. That one is definitely one I love to see. Can't wait for Villa to steal Eze. I mean, you wouldn't want him after he just lost the ball there. That was awful. And Louis says Havertz, yes. It was a great finish, actually, Louis, I must say. Very, very tidy finish, but that makes it Chelsea 1, Palace 0 inside 10 minutes, and that is a very, very good start for Chelsea. And I must say, that has relaxed me a little bit. I know, obviously, last week we were 1-0 up, and then we got a man sent off, and it all went to pot, is what I'm going to say, is the most polite way of saying it. But Chelsea have got back on the front foot here again. They look like they mean business. They really do. Not even 20 minutes in, not even 10 minutes in Chelsea, and 2-0. Christian Pulisic has just scored. I think that's a Havertz assist as well. 2-0 Chelsea inside 10 minutes. This could be an absolute row. It is 2-0 already. Crystal Palace switch off after conceding the first goal. Havertz has just rolled it back into Christian Pulisic from the byline. And there we are. The ball went out wide to Ben Chilwell. Ben Chilwell, lovely little ball in behind, and Havertz has done fantastically, and what an emphatic finish that is from Christian Pulisic. Back on the score sheet, 2 games in a row. Havertz having a good start to this game, and I've got a big smile on my face because it is 2-0. It is 2-0. It's too annoying I have to delay my comments. Oh, well, thank you, Louis, for delaying them. Thank you for delaying them. Yeah, my prediction is on. So is mine. At least Havertz did something. Goal and assist now. 7-0 thriller. Honestly, I'd love to see a 7-0 thriller. I didn't even get a chance to update the banner scrolling across the bottom. But there we are. Now I've got it. Havertz with a goal and an assist. Chelsea 2-0 up inside 10 minutes. A long way to go in this match, but Crystal Palace need to be better. And Chelsea have got the ball back already from this, from the kickoff. And wow, it is absolutely an emphatic start for Chelsea. Really is. And we are 2-0 up. Could be more than 3, said Chelsea. Well, if they carry on like this, it most certainly could be. Hudson-Odoi looks to whip the ball in. Great, good catch there from Gator. Maybe Gator having the ball here can stop all this pressure. But it looks like they've rolled it back out to Jorginho. There is no stop to this Chelsea attack at the moment and Chelsea possession. I believe I saw the stat earlier. I think they were all like 11% possession, Crystal Palace were. So that shows, let me have a look what it is, 22% possession. So that shows how much Chelsea are dominating at this current moment in time. If it goes on like this, I'm going to have a sore throat every time they score. There we are. So Jorginho picking up the ball here, rolling it to Azpilicueta. This Chelsea team looks a lot more threatening. Maybe that loss against West Brom wasn't a bad thing like it appeared. Maybe it gave them that kick up the backside. They thought they were invincible. They realised they're not. And in reality, now Chelsea playing much better in these opening stages. Hopefully this can continue for a long period of the game. And hopefully it doesn't just absolutely just drop off now. But you never know. Lovely ball in, trying to find, is that Mason Mount? I can't tell who it is now. They all look the same, Mason Mount, Kai Havertz and Christian Pulisic when your stream's all laggy for some reason. But there we are. Need to get Mason Mount into the game a little bit more, though. Christian Pulisic has got it out on this left-hand side. Crystal Palace need to find a way to stop this constant pressure from Chelsea because it could be a rout. It could be a 7-0, like Shah said. It really could be. Hodgson out, says Josh. Yes, I mean, if it carried on like this for more games, oh my gosh, then yeah, absolutely. Callum Hudson-Odoi, who's looked bright so far, rolls it into Mateo Kovacic. Lovely flick round the corner there and just well read there by Joe Ward. And Crystal Palace can get on the ball, but Jorginho's won it back already high up the field. Kovacic has now picked up the ball, looks for Mason Mount and well read there by Patrick Van Aanholt, former Chelsea man, in case if you didn't know. Hodgson out, Lampard in. I don't know how I'd feel about Lampard going somewhere else. I was one of the people who didn't think Lampard should have left Chelsea or been sacked by Chelsea. Admittedly, I can't complain now with Thomas Tuchel doing so well, but well kept in there from Ben Chilwell on that left-hand side. A lovely little slide just to keep it in. But yeah, I'm not one of them players, people who can complain, because, I said I'd prefer to win anything with Frank Lampard, but we are doing absolutely fantastically under Thomas Tuchel. And as much as I don't like the fact that Frank Lampard got sacked, at this current moment in time, it has worked out well for us, and that's just what you've got to weigh up. We've got to see how it happens in the future. If we can get Champions League this year, I think that'd be an absolute win for Chelsea. Shah says, imagine that Lampard at Crystal Palace. I know that'd be weird. With Gary Cahill and Patrick Van Aanholt, former teammates of his. So there you are. I guess he's got some reason to go. Lovely ball into Mason Mount's feet. Rolls it out wide. We're using a lot of wing play early on. Callum Hudson-Odoi just slides by Patrick Van Aanholt, and it's cleared out for a corner ball. Callum Hudson-Odoi has been very, very positive in this first half. Maybe that's something we need going into the Champions League midweek, but who knows? Who knows? It could be something that really benefits Chelsea at this, during the game against Porto, which I am looking forward to, and I will be streaming as well. So if you are new, be sure to smash that subscribe button, and we will be back on Tuesday night, and it will be my final stream before I get this absolute mop of a haircut cut. Ball whipped in, attacked by Rudiger, cleared nicely there by Crystal Palace, and it's fallen to Callum Hudson-Odoi. There is no rest for Crystal Palace at this current moment in time. There really is, and that is out for a goal kick. Really is no rest for Callum Hudson-Odoi. For the defenders at the moment, and that is a big problem for Crystal Palace at this current moment in time. I guess you could say they've stemmed the flow because it's now 15 minutes and still only 2-0, but it has been constant pressure, and the passing accuracy, the possession, 19% possession for Crystal Palace, and that's with them getting on the ball more in recent minutes. So it has been a complete domination in this first 15 minutes. No doubts Crystal Palace will grow into the game. They need to get their star men, Crystal Palace, yeah. So Crystal Palace need to get their star men into this. Roy Hodgson looking very angry about his team's performance so far. Like we were saying earlier about Wilfried Zaha, though, linked with Arsenal and Bayern Munich. I don't know where you guys would want to see Wilfried Zaha go. Would you want, them there? Would you want Zaha at Bayern Munich? Would you want him at Arsenal? For me, I think if he's going to move, he needs to move to a bigger club. Arsenal at the minute maybe can't offer him what he wants, which is probably why a move to someone like Bayern Munich could do him well. But then it's a matter of play time. Does he want lots of play time? Does he not? So there we are. And Benteke up front as well. Both of these two have been really quiet. They don't track back when they're off the ball. They just stand there, which maybe is the problem, the downfall of this Crystal Palace side so far. They're very well drilled defensively, Crystal Palace, but because Chelsea are able to put extra men forward, because Zaha and Benteke don't come back, that gives them extra men to exploit those gaps and those spaces in behind. And as we know, Ayew isn't great. Josh says Zaha to Dortmund. Now that could be good, but I mean, you've got Jadon Sancho, Guerrero, who's maybe more of a left back, but he is still in those wide areas. Did I say Thorgan Hazard? I think I did. Marco Reus. So again, I could see that being more than Bayern Munich, I must say, considering Bayern Munich a season or two ago wanted Callum Hudson-Odoi, didn't they? As well, they were going to spend 50 mil on Callum Hudson-Odoi, which would have been mind-blowing. Zaha to Arsenal. Yeah, I've seen rumours of Zaha going to Arsenal, but I think it's a sideways move at the current moment in time. No dig at Arsenal, but I think it is a sideways move. But if he wants Europa League and that's something he's wanting to do, maybe they might get it. Could play right wing. Yeah, he could play right wing, but I feel like Jadon Sancho screws up the Dortmund one. And then you've got Pepe, haven't you, at Arsenal. You've got Willian, who's been signed for, not a lot of money, but a lot of people's jobs and stuff like that. He might stay, who knows. I can't see it happening anymore. Like, he's 28 now, Shah. He's not getting on, but he's coming to his prime years now, and he'll be wanting to play in the Champions League and win stuff in his career to cap off. He's had a great career at Crystal Palace, but I think he's reached the glass ceiling, if you will, for them. And playing in the Champions League, I think that's important for him. This season, he has been back to his goal-scoring best. He didn't score as many goals last season as you would have maybe associated with Wilfried Zaha, but this season he's on 9, I believe, in the Premier League, which is much better. We're just seeing the replays again of what looked like a potential penalty, but it wasn't. There was nothing in it. There was nothing in it, and that was on Kai Havertz, who's been lively so far. It's good to see Kai Havertz getting on the score sheet. I must say I am very happy about that. Shah says, look, Ibrahimovic was about to retire, but then went to America, then back to Italy. Yeah, I think the difference is with people like Ibrahimovic, and the reason his career can span a little bit longer than the likes of maybe a Messi and a Ronaldo, is that Zlatan was never known for his pace. He was always known for his technical ability, his ability on the ball, and that's similar with Zaha. If Zaha loses that yard of pace, he's going to become less effective. And that is why Zlatan Ibrahimovic is so effective still. It'll be the same with Lewandowski. It's more about their eye for goal rather than their positional know-how, if you will, than anything else. He is really old at the minute. Manchester City spends money on their defence. Man from Northern Ireland tears them apart. Exactly. What a game that was as well. Josh. I don't know how old Zlatan is. I don't think he's 42 yet, is he? Unless I've completely got that wrong. But yeah. Just Relax says, how are you doing, Sam? I am very well, thank you, mate. How are you doing? Thank you for stopping by again. If there is anyone new, I can see that we're getting a few more people in. Be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe. And if we can hit 200 subscribers by... what was it, Tuesday, I think Jordan said he would do a massive sue on stream. So there you are. And Shah wants me to wag my head as well. So there we are. Bright start, though, for Chelsea, and a very impressive start. This is more like the Chelsea we have come to know over the last few seasons, before the Frank Lampard era and before our transfer ban, and, before Maurizio Sarri as well. Sarri was a one-trick pony, very much so. So hopefully it will progress. Updated score prediction. Mine's still on, Jordan. My 3-1 is still on. Look, this was the banner. Hang on, let me find it. I put it up earlier. Prediction 3-1 Chelsea. There we are. Prediction 3-1 Chelsea. So there we are. If anyone else wants to update theirs, feel free to update it. But I'm sticking with mine at this current moment in time. But I'd love to see more. Lovely ball in over the top. Havertz again. Oh, what a save that is from Guaita. That needs to be watched again. If you are going to watch this on Match of the Day later, that was a simply sensational ball. Jorginho picks him out over the top. What a touch that is. Oh, my gosh, what a touch. He's just... Van Aanholt's gone to run in front of Kai Havertz there, and he's flicked it up over the top. And then on the volley on the way down, it is a good save from Guaita. To push the ball out of the way, and then good defending from Kouyaté to get to the ball before Pulisic. Wow, that would have been sensational. You should change your tweet to Havertz to score too. I know, I thought that was typical, that, wasn't it, Josh? My luck. 3-0 says 3-0 Chelsea, says Shah. Ball whipped in here from Mason Mount on the corner and cleared out by Crystal Palace. A very entertaining game so far. Very, very entertaining game, which I am pleased to see, I must say. I am very pleased to see that it is an entertaining game. At least it gives me something to commentate on. And admittedly, Chelsea have had no problems in their defence so far. They've not really been tested. So that lack of Thiago Silva, when, maybe a few people in the preview were questioning whether Chelsea would be able to cope without Thiago Silva. Absolutely. With the way it's been so far, the first 25 minutes, it has been a very, very easy task for Chelsea. It really has. And hopefully, it'll stay that way. So Callum Hudson-Odoi pulls the ball back. Jorginho looks to cross it in. It is blocked and it has gone out for a Chelsea corner again. Chelsea sustaining this pressure on Crystal Palace's goal, and it should be hopefully another goal. I'm hoping for some more. I want to be ruthless in this game. We're having lots of chances. I don't know how many we've had so far, but we have had lots of chances. We've had 6 shots in total with 4 on target so far. So there we are. It is. Chelsea are dominating. They really are dominating. Oh, and that's a poor cross from, was that Mason Mount? Poor cross there. Just overhits it. And Palace look like they've defended it pretty well. Jordan Ayew's hoofed the ball up the field. And Chelsea are back to the halfway line yet again. There we are. So, 25 minutes in. Chelsea 2. Crystal Palace 0, or Crystal Palace 0, Chelsea 2. A goal from Kai Havertz and Christian Pulisic. Kai Havertz involved in both goals. Hudson-Odoi, look, honestly, if anyone's watching this game, Hudson-Odoi is looking spectacular in this game. He's really grown into this game. Looked sharp from the beginning, and he now is starting to show off a little bit. Rudiger driving the ball forward. Ben Chilwell, can he get a ball in there? Defended well by Crystal Palace, who can't seem to get out of their own half at the minute. Ayew looked for Wilfried Zaha there, but it's gone out for a Chelsea throw-in, and the pressure continues for Chelsea against Crystal Palace. So it's going to be a hard game. It's going to be a long game for this Crystal Palace team if they don't put their ideas up. Maybe Roy Hodgson's tactic, I know we're 20 minutes away from half-time, is half-time, minimalise the damage before hopefully get in at 2-0, and then you're still in the game. 1 goal makes you win as Chelsea win another corner there. Callum Hudson-Odoi winning another corner. This looks endless. Absolutely endless. Ben Chilwell has been amazing lately. He has been. That goal against Porto, Shah, I don't know if you saw that. That was a good goal. That was Fernando Torres-esque. He has agreed. Yes, absolutely. So, corner whipped in again. Oh, Zuma cleared. But it looks like it's gone out. Has it gone out for a corner or a goal kick there? It looks like another corner for Chelsea. Zuma won the header on that one. Expect Zuma to do better with that, but we're 2-0 up. It doesn't look like it's going to be too much of an issue at this current moment in time. With another Chelsea corner, the pressure is being maintained. Another ball whipped in. Zuma again wins the header, but cleared that time by Crystal Palace. Rudiger wins the ball. Patrick Van Aanholt manages to clear the ball up the field, and Chelsea have won it back though. Crystal Palace not able to get out of their half at this moment in time. Yeah, saw it around the keeper. Yeah, it was a really good goal. Crystal Palace really aren't able to get out of their half, other than when obviously Chelsea are passing the ball around. Very, very unable to get the ball out of their own half, and could be a very, very long game for Crystal Palace if that is the case. Hopefully there's no curse of the commentators in this one, because I had a mare on a few last time out, so hopefully so. Azpilicueta switches the ball looking for Ben Chilwell, but well read by Jordan Ayew, and a great touch, but fouled by Ben Chilwell there. Jordan Ayew, be interesting to see what he can do. He is playing off that right-hand side, maybe not his favourite position, maybe not his best position, but he is out there, and he might be able to, if they can get themselves into some attacking positions. Jordan Ayew is more than capable of scoring goals. He really is, and they need to be better. Crystal Palace simply do. Like, I almost feel sorry for their attackers at this current moment in time. Zaha and Benteke. You talk about feeding off poor players, not having the opportunities, stuff like that. They've just not had the ball. They really haven't had the ball. If you were to look at their touch map, it would be so tiny. So hopefully for Crystal Palace and slightly from a neutral perspective, they can grow into this game a little bit and put a bit of pressure on Chelsea. And to really test this Chelsea defence. Shower's off to pop to have a shower, so no worries, mate. We'll see you in a little while. And I will be here ready for the halftime game, depending on how long it takes you. We'll see how the halftime game goes as well. It might not work because there's not as many people this week. Ben Chilwell driving past. He's been caught there by Cheku Kouyaté, who looks like he's going to go in the book for that. He does. A yellow card instantly for Cheku Kouyaté, who it was a cynical foul, but he needed to do it there. Ben Chilwell had the pace on him, and Pulisic was running up with him, so he had to make the foul there. It could have been 3, and it keeps them in the game for the time being. But obviously, that means Kouyaté's day has just got a little bit more difficult. Can't lunge into tackles, can't make risky tackles, and has to get everything perfect now. So there we are. Mason Mount on this free kick. It's about 40 yards out, I believe. I'll wait and see until it opens up a little bit more. It's not that far out, actually. It's probably about 25 yards out. Ball whipped in. Header from Rudiger. Is that Zuma? Header from Zuma. That man again has made it 3-0 to Chelsea. What a header that is. He has absolutely towered over the top. Mason Mount with a delicious ball in. And Chelsea are 3-0 up in 30 minutes. And they look like they're running riot. This Crystal Palace side, I've said, like they've been so inconsistent this year. They lost to Liverpool 7-0, but they've managed to beat Man United. And it's a lovely ball in from Mason Mount. Zuma just jumps higher than Gary Cahill. It's poor marking from Gary Cahill. He needs to do more there. And Zuma does what he does best, and a header's at home from 6 yards out. And that is why he's like our joint top goal scorer this season. That makes it 3-0. Chelsea 3-0, cruising, and look like they have a firm hold on this game. And I don't want to jinx it, but look like they could be going away with 3 points and taking that vital step into 4th place before Leicester and West Ham kick off tomorrow, which will be interesting. Maybe this will spark something from Crystal Palace to get them on the ball a little bit more now. That's always the problem when you come against big teams. If they score a goal, you're already behind. You don't have to worry about scoring goals or protecting what you have. Now they have nothing to play for. Now they can go forward and be a bit more reckless. They can take a few more chances in the attacking third, and maybe, just maybe, they can work their way back into this game. But that looks highly unlikely. This possession stat for Chelsea from the first half is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. It really will. And wow, I genuinely cannot believe it's 76%. We are 30 minutes in and it's still 76%. And they've not even registered a shot as of yet. Crystal Palace, they've had one attacking opportunity, or attacking outlet, if you will. So there we are. It's all been Chelsea so far, and that is reflected in that 3-0 scoreline. And Chelsea look like they are cruising at this current moment in time. But Ayew skips past, and good defending there from, I think that was Cesar Azpilicueta. There was a half opportunity there. Maybe Ayew should have shot himself. The angle was tight, but there was no one in the box for him. Benteke was a bit slow to that, and Azpilicueta, has cleared the ball. Where's my mouse gone? There it is. Chelsea having a great game. Still predicting a Werner brace. I mean, I would be if he was on the pitch, but he's not on the pitch. We can hope, can't we? We can hope that he gets some game time, especially against a team that, maybe are a bit low on confidence. They will be in the second half. And I think until Roy Hodgson can get in and talk to him properly, it's damage limitation for Crystal Palace. But Chelsea are on the front foot yet again. Out wide to Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi rolls it back into Mason Mount. Mason Mount shoots. Good save by Gator. Maybe should have done a bit more with that Mason Mount, but it was a firm strike by the Englishman, who is starting to grow into this game a little bit more now, starting to use that license to roam. And he's hit that hard, to be fair. That's a much better save than I first anticipated from Gator. Mason Mount looking to go across goal. It is another Chelsea corner, and the pressure just doesn't stop for Crystal Palace. It really doesn't. I'm not even joking. It's just continuous at this current moment in time. Oh, that nearly fell to Rudiger as well. Ben Chilwell to drive it through the box. Good block there by the Crystal Palace defender, and it's out for another corner. That was Gary Cahill that time. I've just seen Jordan's comment again. In more important news, Porto have just kicked off against Tondela in Liga NOS. Well, there we are, Jordan. There we are. I don't think anyone cared, but there we are. There we are. There's too much excitement in this game, Jordan, for us to care about that at the moment. Mason Mount with another corner, whips it in. Can Chelsea win that again? Cleared off the line this time. Chelsea are causing all kinds of problems, and if Crystal Palace aren't careful, it could be 5, 6, 7, you name it. It could. The sky's the limit with this Chelsea team currently. It really could go anywhere. I think that's Patrick Van Aanholt clearing off the line from Antonio Rudiger this time. Very well done there from Patrick Van Aanholt. Like I said, it might be a case of damage limitation. Gator was not getting there. There's a bit of argy-bargy going on. The cameras weren't on it there, so I don't know what's happening here. It looks like it's between Mason Mount and Zaha. Maybe a bit of a gobbing off at each other. I think Mason Mount has got in Wilfred Zaha's head a little bit there as they're gobbing off at each other. I'll have to find out what happened there. Maybe we'll get a replay. I just think it was a bit of chat, really. That's the best way to say it. A bit of chat between the two players and whatever. They're not showing the replay yet. They're trying to see how it's solved and sorted out first. But there we are. There we are. We are 10 minutes away from half-time. 3-0 Chelsea. And Chelsea ahead and cruising. And that is all sorted. Don't know what happened there. Let's have a look. Zaha gets pushed over by Ben Chilwell. And I honestly don't know what's in it there. I see what happened. So what happened was, wow, Zaha looked like he was going to cry there. Jeez. Ben Chilwell pushed him over just like a shoulder barge. And then Mason Mount's gone to clear the ball and he's just sort of caught him. And then there was a bit of talking to, and then Zaha's put his hand to his face like that to tell him not to do that and put his hand on his face. So Mount's just turned around and pushed him. I'm back. No way, 3-0. Exactly, Sha. Exactly. 3-0 already in the first half. 3-0 and cruising. Hopefully Chelsea can get another clean sheet for Edouard Mendy's collection. We've not even seen anything of Edouard Mendy. He could be having an absolutely stinky game and no one would actually know because we've actually not seen anything of him. So there we are. There we are. If you are in here right now, be sure to stick around for half-time so we can have a bit of a game for half-time. It'll make it a bit easier. Rather than just talking about stats, talking for an extra 15 minutes and make it a little bit easier. So Patrick Van Aanholt has now gone down to Mason Mount as well. So there we are. Mason Mount causing all kinds of problems and on the assist sheet as well, if you will. Hopefully Crystal Palace can grow into this for the final 10 minutes. Give Thomas Tuchel a few questions. Give their manager a few questions, a few things to answer in this game. Mason Mount, relax yourself. I mean, he's in it today. He really is. He's in all the drama, all the controversy. He even got himself an assist. But to be fair, I don't think that was needed. To be honest with you, I don't think Zaha's reaction was needed either from either of them. Chelsea at the minute do look good defensively. Just saying that. Rudiger fouls, aren't you? So there you are. There you are. That's all. That's what I know. Manuel is back. What teams do you think will make it into the Champions League? Thank you for stopping by again, mate. I said, I'm going to have to stick with what I said. I did a top 6 video. If you've not seen it, it's on my channel. You'll be able to find it. It wasn't that long ago. It's about a month ago. I'm going to have to stick with what I said. I don't think it'll happen, but, you've got to stick with what you said. And I said it would be Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, Man United, with Leicester dropping out. So that's what I said a month ago, but the result against, I can't remember which Liverpool result it was. It kind of just like, it was the number one, the Chelsea West Brom game kind of messed it up a little bit, and the and the one of the Liverpool games as well messed it up because I predicted them to win and obviously they didn't win. But there we are. That was what I had predicted. If I said it now, I really don't know at this current moment in time. Chelsea need to find that consistency again and prove that they are a top side. They are proving it at this current moment in time, but they need to prove it over a number of games rather than just one. So there we are. Not seen much of Christian Benteke so far in this game. He's just picked up the ball here, but he's lost it to, I believe that was Kai Havertz there doing some good defensive work. Not seen much of Christian Benteke. He's on one of the best seasons he's had since he left Aston Villa. What a player he was, by the way, at Aston Villa. Hudson-Odoi going down this right-hand side. Can he do anything with it? Hudson-Odoi looking bright, looking sharp. Lovely rolled into Mason Mount, but the ball has just been nicked there nicely from Riedewald. Yeah, just speaking about Benteke, he's in one of the best goal scoring forms he has been in a while. That being said, that's not hard. He has scored too. I'm back from the shops. What's the score? It is 3-0 now, Josh. It has been Zuma who scored the third. I don't know if you're in for the first two, but the first two were Kai Havertz with a lovely little finish, Pulisic with an emphatic finish, and a header from a Mason Mount free kick by Kurt Zuma, which makes it 3-0, and we are in the 40th minute, so we don't have long at all until half-time. And the half-time, I'm sure, cannot come quicker for Roy Hodgson and Crystal Palace. That will definitely help them get themselves through the next few minutes. But they are starting to pick up a bit of possession here. Obviously, they're 3-0 down, so it's a little bit, currently a little bit too late to do that, but they are starting to get a bit of possession, starting to build into this game, and that's what they need to do if they're looking to get back into it. I'm not sure why Gary Cahill just did a step over there, but there you are. What? I honestly have no clue. That probably blew my mind. There we are. Crazy scene, says Josh. Yes, it has been. It's been a good game, actually, Josh. A really good game. Which game are you streaming today? I know you're supposed to be streaming one, but there we are. We're coming up to half-time, though, guys. We are coming up to half-time. We will have a brief game. I don't know how it will go because there is only, I think we're on 8. I don't know how many people are in the stream currently. But we'll have a brief game and then we'll talk through loads of the stats and stuff like that. Yeah, Josh, which game are you streaming today? Is that Zaha going up that left-hand side, trying to create something, looking for a pullback to Eze, and well defended there by Jorginho. This is really confusing me because my stream just keeps going a bit blurry every 2 seconds, unless my eyes have just all of a sudden gone when I've looked at it, but I doubt it. Dispossessed high up there by Jordan Ayew. Jordan Ayew trying to create something. Benteke bundles over Rudiger in the box, and Jordan Ayew cannot do anything with the ball there, and it has gone out for a Chelsea goal kick. It looks better though from Crystal Palace. They're getting the opportunities. They won the ball back high up the pitch, and that is what Crystal Palace need to win the ball high up the pitch. Get themselves really going. Just saw the stat about Azpilicueta, Captain Fantastic, the only player to start all 12 Premier League games under Thomas Tuchel, and that is fair play to him. And Shah KK says, go on Chelsea. Yes, come on Chelsea. I am a Chelsea fan, so I cannot say anything else. Kovacic with a lovely switch ball out wide to Callum Hudson-Odoi again. Hudson-Odoi, wrong decision there. He's gone to shoot. Didn't quite beat his man. He needed to beat his man before getting the shot off or getting the cross off, and he's made the wrong decision. And he has blazed it over. Van Aanholt stood tall, and he's just absolutely blazed it over. But there we are, 3 minutes away from half-time. Hopefully there's not extra time that kills us off like last weekend. Hopefully there isn't that again. Chelsea just managed to keep getting on this ball. Crystal Palace need to get on it. They really do. The ball's now with Ward. Ward looks for... just slipped there, hasn't he, Riedewald? And Chelsea have managed to play their way out again. Chelsea look good coming out of defence, though. Mateo Kovacic now has it. Chelsea playing some nice football in and around the defensive third as Benteke bundles over Jorginho for no apparent reason whatsoever. Jorginho didn't even have the ball, being a bit of a brute, but that's what Benteke is best at, isn't it, really? That is what Benteke is best at. So there we are. Kovacic rolls it into Mount, dispossessed again. Chelsea still got that hunger, though. I'm sure Mount will be wanting to get himself onto the score sheet, knowing that the other two in the attacking lineup have got on the score sheet. So hopefully we can have all three. And maybe the introduction of Timo Werner in the second half might be good. Callum Hudson-Odoi goes flying by a few defenders there. Hudson-Odoi has been fantastic in these early stages. Looks for a pass to Mason Mount. Just well intercepted there. And Crystal Palace have a free kick. So we are a minute away, guys. I will try and do a halftime game if there's enough people to do a halftime game. If not, Shah, it'll be a game between me and you. How does that sound for you, mate? How does that sound for you? There we are. So, or we can just talk about the weather. Whatever suits. We've not got too many people in today. Maybe no one likes Crystal Palace. That's probably it. Big clearance there from Gator, and they're starting to build up a little bit, Crystal Palace. I don't want to oversell them by any stretch of the imagination, but they are starting to build up a little bit of momentum into this game and start to actually do something. Joe Ward flies by Pulisic. What can he do with it now? Well defended, and he had three men around him there. He was absolutely drowned out, if you will. Absolutely blocked out, and that sounds good, says Shah. There we are. At least I've got someone who's going to respond to me. There we are. So just 1 minute of added time here at Selhurst Park. Just the 1 minute. Didn't really expect much more. There's been a few goals, but I didn't really expect too much more from this game. It has been very well. There's not been many big stoppages. So there you are. So as my stream lags yet again, every time. Probs because you normally stream near to 8 and people might go out at this time. Yeah, to be fair, that's probably right, Shah. It's just one of them days, isn't it? It's just one of them days. And when I've got other people on the stream as well, they share the stream about because, they want to show it to people. So there we are. And it is half time. We will have a quick look at the stats, and then we will go into the half-time game with Chelsea 3-0 up against Crystal Palace. A fantastic first 10 minutes for Chelsea, which has easily seen them into the lead. And, it's been an very easy ride for Chelsea for the most part. And it has been a scintillating first half performance. But here we can see the match ratings for both teams, and Mason Mount sat on that 8 match rating. For me, not the man of the match, though, at the moment. That man of the match could either go to Kai Havertz or Callum Hudson-Odoi. I think Callum Hudson-Odoi has been the brightest for me and the most creative. No real surprises there. Eze has not been in this game whatsoever, and that also doesn't surprise me whatsoever. Maybe that's a little bit high considering that is the same as Azpilicueta, and Azpilicueta has a clean sheet, and these two are 3-0 down. But there we are. That's just one of them things, isn't it? And if we look at the stats on this left-hand side, 67% ball possession. I said earlier they were only on 19, so that shows how much they have dug back into this, Crystal Palace. Maybe a little bit too late, but there we are. They've managed to dig a little bit of the way back into it and get a little bit of the ball back. And just looking at the attacking momentums, that shows it all, really, doesn't it? One small bit, but all Chelsea until the final few minutes of the game. So there we are. Are we ready for the halftime stream? I can see we've got a few more people. Dortmund losing 1-0 to Stuttgart in the Bundesliga news. Wow, that is good. I think Crystal Palace will be better in the second half. They can't be much worse, Shah. So there we are. Right, we'll move on to the halftime game. And Here we are. Guess the player. This is returning this week as I don't have a guest to put you up against. So there we are. Guess the player. So let me know when you're all ready, and we will start off with the first one. The first clue. Remember, guys, the rules to this one are you get one guess per clue. You get one guess per clue, and then we will, and then you can move on to the next one. So there we are. This person has played under Jurgen Klopp. So think about where Jurgen Klopp's been. Just Relax is ready. Brilliant. Thank you, mate. Shah is ready. There we are. So that is the first one for you guys. I have played under Jurgen Klopp. So name a player who has played under Jurgen Klopp. The first round is always a stab in the dark, as you should remember by now. It is always a stab in the dark. And it obviously gets easier further on. So if you manage to guess them right now, that would be a very, very impressive one. Unless I've made it too easy. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. So there we are. I never know what to talk about whilst I wait for you guys to, because you're about 30 seconds behind me by the looks of things. Just guess a random player who has played under Jurgen Klopp. It can be anywhere where he has managed. Shah puts, I'm guessing that's Firmino. Royce says just Relax. Taliso says Jordan. Going obscure for the start. Lewandowski says Louis. So there we are. We have 4 guesses. I'm not sure if there is anyone else listening and you want to have a stab in the dark for that round, absolutely feel free, and we will get it going. So next one is, right, where was that? There we are. I have played alongside Phil Coutinho, Gundogan, and Thiago. There is your next clue. Phil Coutinho, Gundogan, and Thiago. That can be for club or country they have played alongside these players. So let me know. Who do you think it can be? Are you sticking with your first answer? Are we sticking with, I'm assuming that's Firmino, Shah, Royce, Taliso, and Lewandowski, or are we changing the answer? Who do we think it is? There we are. Be sure not to use Google. No cheating. We don't want any cheating to see. Louis, is sticking with Lewandowski, and Shah is going with Marco Royce. Jordan, if you're still there, do you know who it is? Do you know who it is? Shah, you can't change your answer, Shah. You've gone with Royce. I have to change it now, lol. Yes. Who do you think it's going to be? Who do you think it's going to be? Who has Royce played alongside out of those 3? Well, probably Gundogan, hasn't he? Yeah. And Jordan says no idea. No idea. And the final one, the giveaway, I am the Bundesliga top goal scorer. So that does mean Louis George Edwards, you've done it on the first occasion. You have got the first one. So if we go back through, the answer there is, I'm going to let you guys just type it in the chat. There we are. Louis puts have it. Royce is not Royce. It's still not Royce. It is Robert Lewandowski, the top goal scorer. He played under Jurgen Klopp at Borussia Dortmund. He has played alongside Philippe Coutinho at Bayern Munich, Gundogan at Borussia Dortmund, and Thiago at Borussia Dortmund. And he has scored 35 goals in 25 games in the Bundesliga, making him by a long honestly, by the longest stretch I think I've ever seen, the top goal scorer. So there we are. Lol, I have no idea. Lewandowski, yeah. Louis got it. First round. Fair play to Louis. Congratulations, Louis. Did Gundogan play for Bayern? No, he played for Borussia Dortmund a few years ago. So there you are, Shah. Moving on to the next one. We have, this one's even more vague. So there we are. Hopefully, Louis can't. If Louis gets this one right on the first go, I am not going to be happy. I'm going to kick Louis out of the stream. I'm joking. There we are. So this one is, I am a Premier League centre-half. There we are. Name a Premier League centre-half. It can be any club whatsoever. Oops, I just turned my stream off accidentally. My bad. There we are. There we are. So Premier League. When did he play with Thiago, by the way? When Thiago was at Bayern Munich. That's when they played together. So it would have been last season as well. Yeah, and Louis just put that, yeah. Yeah, sometimes you just forget about it, don't you? Just relax. You just forget sometimes. But there we are. So who is a Premier League centre-back? Think of someone. Can you go obscure? Can you go someone who's obvious? What are we going with, guys? Who do you think it will be? Can we push for, if there are any new people in here, can we push for 190 subs? I'll put 195. I didn't know how many people would be in it. Well, there we are. That's my goal. Harry Maguire says, just relax. Louis also says Harry Maguire. So you both put your eggs in the same basket there. You both put your eggs in the same basket. Shah, Josh says Cahill. Connor Cody says Jordan Spence. So there we are. And I think we're just waiting on Shah. I'm not sure if Shah is here. But there we are. There we are. So we will move on. And Shah, there he is. John Stones says Shah. John Stones. So we'll move on. I have played for 5 different teams in England, including both Watford and Chelsea. They're the 2 teams I am giving you as a clue. Who is a centre-half who plays in England, who has played in England for 5 different teams, including Watford and Chelsea? Does anyone know? That is the question. That is the question. I think this is quite a hard one until I get to the final one. And then I think it should be really, really easy for you guys. I'll wait for a few answers to flood in. Let's see what we're all saying. I actually was going to go with, because I think I can say it's not Gary Cahill now. I actually was going to go with Gary Cahill, but I thought that was a bit bait. I think that's what I was going with. There we are. So Josh has got an answer in saying Nathan Ake. Josh Wilkinson says Zuma. Well, Maguire was never good enough for Chelsea, so I guess it's not him. No, it's not. There you are. There you are. You got another guess, though. Just relax, get another guess in. And there we are. And we'll wait for a few more people. Do they know the answer? Do they think they know the answer? I'm feeling Stones now. Stones hasn't played for Chelsea, Jordan. There you are. Ake, maybe. Shah says, I don't know. Well, let's go on to the final round there. Let's go on to the final round. And this player is currently playing for Manchester City. Do we know who it is? Ake. This is hard. Probably Ake. Currently playing for Manchester City, a centre-half. Ake. Yes. Congratulations to Josh, review from the stands, Josh, that is. Who got that the fastest this time round. He played for, I believe he played for Watford. Who else did he play for? Chelsea, Bournemouth, Manchester City. I can't remember who the first team he played for in England was. But he did play for 5. He did play for 5 teams in England. So there we are. And he's still relatively young as well. I think he's 25 now, isn't he? 26, 25. But there we are. He played for Chelsea and he went to Reading on loan. That was the other team. There we are. No wonder I can get my brain around that one. But there we are. Congratulations to Josh Ring for that round. We will move on to the 3rd and final round, and then hopefully the football will be back underway. And there's just confirmation. It was Nathan Ake. Wow, that rhymed. That was really weird. This one, I've represented England at an international tournament. There we are. Name a footballer who has represented England at an international tournament. To be a bit less vague, I will say it is someone who is a currently active footballer. So there we are. Bit less vague for you, makes it a bit easier for you. It is a current active player who has represented England at an international tournament. So the likelihood is, 2010? Yeah, I guess someone could represent us in 2010. Yeah, 2010, 2012, 14, 16, 18, and then I guess someone who would represent us now. We've got a few comments coming in. Let's have a look. Trippier says, just relax. Gary Cahill, Maguire, Vardy, some good answers there. Good answers there. I kind of forgot Vardy was there. Sturridge, yeah, Daniel Sturridge. He scored that cracking goal against Wales. That was so good. A little bit bittersweet by the end, but a little bit bittersweet. But there we are. There we are. And so Where's that banner gone? It's disappeared. There we are. Represented England at an international tournament. The next one is, let me just change this because I feel like that gives away too much. 2 seconds. I feel like that gives it away too much if I do it like that. There we are. If it doesn't, I'll give you the other clue which it had in it. I've represented England less than 10 times, so you're going to have to go really obscure here, guys. Think of a current England footballer who has represented England very, very few times. The third one should give it away for you. And if not, I'll give you an extra clue. If you guys want the extra clue before the final one, let me know. Do you want the extra clue? Do you not want the extra clue about their playing position? Oh, that's getting quite warm. I'll turn that off. An English footballer who has represented England less than 10 times, but has represented us at a major tournament. So, just real axe says Foden, maybe. Loftus-Cheek says Jordan. I'm sticking with Cahill, says Shah. Do we want the extra clue? Does anyone want the extra clue before I go into the final one? I'll give you the position. A fraud of a goalkeeper. A fraud of a goalkeeper. No, I'm changing Foden. Nick Pope, what are you changing Foden to? Yeah, you want the extra clue. Shah wants the extra clue. So the extra clue was this person is a goalkeeper. So Josh is on the right lines. Josh is on the right lines, and they are a current active footballer who is a goalkeeper who has represented England more than 10 times, less than 10 times. So Josh was on the... Sorry, I was looking at my mic there. I got really distracted. Josh was on the right lines there with a fraud of a goalkeeper. It is a fraud of a goalkeeper. Who do we think it is? Nick Pope, Joe Hart. Could both be right. Joe Hart's made a few more appearances than 10, though. He might not play that much anymore, but there we are. Pope it is. Wow. Just relax. He's really confident with that one. And I will give you the fourth and final one now. I currently play for Southampton. So you've got an option of 2 here. Which goalkeeper is it? His name has not been mentioned at all. Which goalkeeper is it? Which one has represented us at a major tournament? Timo Werner looks like he's warming up for the second half. It'd be good to see. And I have seen the correct answer. No, there we are. Forster, Ben Foster. No, it's not Ben Foster. It's Fraser Forster. Just relax. Name's the other one. There we are. That was the other one. It could have been, but he hasn't played a major tournament. And Louis says Forster. So there we are. Congratulations to everyone who got that. Thank you for playing, guys. That makes it a lot easier. And we filled the time perfectly there as Kai Havertz is about to get us underway. It was Fraser Forster, the absolute beast himself. I think he's like 6'5", isn't he, Fraser Forster? He is absolutely massive. And he was I believe it was at Euro 2016 with England. So there we are. He was part of the team. There was him, Joe Hart, and Tom Heaton, who were in that England squad. Why did I say Ben Foster? Ben Foster, to be fair, has played. Ben Foster might have actually fitted all of them, actually. Sure, to be fair, but there you are. Yeah, I know we took him to 2014 World Cup, so he might have fitted all of them. Other than the Southampton thing, he is a current active footballer as well. So, yeah, not far off. Not far wrong, Shah. Not far wrong. But there we are. We are back underway at Selhurst Park, and it should be an exciting second half if the first half is anything to go off. Chelsea have kicked off. Kai Havertz. Timo Werner was warming up. So hopefully we will see him at some point during the second half. But you never know. Hopefully so. Pulisic looking to drive forward there. I've just seen Dortmund have equalised. Mason, Chilwell sits someone down. Unlucky. Very, very unlucky there from Ben Chilwell, who's looked to go for that back post and just hit it wide. He's absolutely sat down. I'm not sure who that is, actually. I think it's Joel Ward. He's absolutely sat him down. And hopefully that's a sign of good things to come in this second half. But there we are. As Thomas Tuchel looks absolutely fuming there, and rightly so. We might as well try and get as many goals as possible in this game, especially if it's there for us. I got Mount and Rudiger on FPL. Rudiger almost scored. I've got Mount, Werner and Rudiger. Just relax. So there we are. I've got all three, and Werner's not playing currently, so that is absolutely fantastic. De Bruyne didn't play either earlier, so Mount is my captain for today. So I'm hoping for a Mason Mount masterclass in the second half, get me a load of points, and hopefully that can go well for me. There we are. So 47 minutes played. We'll be starting to see a few changes. Let me know who you want to see coming on. Maybe you want Timo Werner on. I do. I definitely want Timo Werner to come on. Not just because of my FPL, but I actually do want to see him come on. Maybe score a goal. Fulfill the brace I said earlier that he was going to get. That would be fantastic. Crystal Palace definitely look like they're up for it a bit more in the second half, though, I must say. They look like they're up for it a bit more, and that isn't a bad thing. I've also got Stuart Dallas on the bench. Hopefully someone doesn't play in your midfield then, so you can get the points from that. Just relax. Hopefully you can get some points from him. That would be great for you. It's just one of those things. I had Rafinha on the bench, and I thought he was going to score at one point, and I was like, oh, no, please don't score. Fortunately, he didn't, but there we are. Joe Ward hoofs the ball down that line, looking for Benteke. Well cleared there by Rudiger. It's picked up, though, by Jorginho, who's looking for that ball over the top again. Maybe this is something Chelsea have worked on. They are looking for the ball over the top. Maybe that's how we're going to try and get the best out of Timo Werner, is creating those situations, which he thrived off at RB Leipzig. And, it may be looking at something that they are looking to do in this game, specifically with Havertz up front, because we've not seen the best out of Kai Havertz either in a Chelsea shirt. So there we are. Bit of a poor pass there from Kovacic. Kovacic just glides so easily. I think Kovacic could get in any midfield in the world. That might be me being biased, but I think he goes a little bit under the radar. He doesn't get the goals and assists, but the movement of the ball forward through a team. Is there a watch along for the United game? I'm thinking about doing one, but I'm looking to try find a guest, which is my problem, because I don't have any real knowledge about Manchester United or Tottenham, other than the fact I dislike both teams. So there you are. I'm trying to look for a guest from either side, but I will. You'll see it on my channel as soon as possible. Just relax. So there you are. If I am doing it, you will see it probably by the end of today. So. "50 minutes played now by Chelsea as my stream starts." That is absolutely brilliant. There we are. We're back. We're back playing again. We're back. Cooking and listening. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you. Get me a few extra viewers. That'd be absolutely great. Josh will. If you aren't already, subscribe to Josh. Go subscribe to Josh. That is all I can say. A view from the stands. Go subscribe to him. If you're not already a mutual subscriber, if you subscribe to me, I mostly assume you subscribe to him. So, but there we are. Who knows? Ben Chilwell on a throw-in. Can we get some activity in this first 5 minutes? Get me something to talk about, something to commentate over. Crystal Palace are getting on the ball a bit more, though, which is good to see for Crystal Palace. And hopefully we'll make a bit more of a competitive game. Hopefully it's not a 0-0 of a second half, though. That is my one worry, that it will be a 0-0 of a second half. And I'm going to sit here for another 40 minutes commentating for no reason. Just lots of throw-ins going on here. I can't really commentate over lots of throw-ins. The ball just keeps being thrown in. Someone tackles, thrown in, someone tackles. So there we are. That is the disappointing thing in this game. Definitely is. So the gaming peeps. Hi, lovely to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Apologies for my Wi-Fi going off there. I don't know why it's done that. I'm literally on the Ethernet cable, but there we are. So, hi, the gaming peeps. Leave us your score prediction. What do you think the score is going to be? And if you are new, smash that subscribe button, and I'll keep you up to date with everything going on in this game. Eze looks to open his foot up. Oh, he's just rolled it wide. Play golden goal for when Crystal Palace will score. I'm thinking 72nd minute. Royce has scored to make it 2-1 in Dortmund. Well, in Stuttgart, sorry. So there we are. More stuff going on elsewhere, but nothing happening in this second half as of yet. But I can't really complain. Jordan, I am going to go for... Ooh, good question, Jordan. Good question. I think they're going to score 82nd minute. 82nd. I am good, thank you. How are you? Let us know. And let me know your score prediction as well, mate. Thank you. Appreciate you stopping by. I really do. I really do. It makes it a lot easier for me when you guys are actually talking. It makes it so much easier than having to come up with topics of conversation to talk about. But there we are. Especially as I've blasted through all of the facts I had. Just Relax is going for 58 minutes. That is 5 minutes time according to my screen. So there we are. Callum Hudson-Odoi cuts in on his left foot. Well blocked by Milivojevic. It comes back out to Ben Chilwell. Ben Chilwell rolls it into Kovacic's feet, and Kovacic has gone all the way back to Kurt Zouma there. But Christian Benteke has nicked the ball back off Kurt Zouma, and Benteke is going in a foot race against Azpilicueta, two of the slowest players on the pitch, but Azpilicueta has won it and rolled it back to Eduard Mendy. There we are. Defended well by Azpilicueta. Benteke needs to get himself in this game, though, and so does Wilfried Zaha. If anything's going to happen, it will be one of those two. It definitely will be. So hopefully it can go a little bit better for them. Jorginho looks to roll the ball out to Rudiger. Rudiger just driving with the ball. He's got plenty of space. Lovely ball in behind the defender, and it's been flagged offside. Ben Chilwell deemed to have gone a little bit early there. The Gaming Peep says 60 minutes for a Crystal Palace goal. I can't even remember what I said now. Someone will have to tell me. But there we are. I think I said like the 80th or the 85th. But there we are. And who do we think is going to be the next goal scorer, everyone? I am going with Timo Werner. Come off the bench and score. There we are. Thought you were going to say great defending by Prince Philip. Maybe not. Yeah, Ben Chilwell just offside there. A lovely ball. Rudiger has a lot of space, though, to drive at that midfield and get a pass off. It was a lovely through ball by Antonio Rudiger, looking for Ben Chilwell. Ben Chilwell just mistimed his run, though. Ball up in the air. Callum Hudson-Odoi will bring it down. Look for Jorginho. Jorginho rolls the ball into Kovacic's feet. Kovacic out wide to Mason Mount. The overlap is coming from Callum Hudson-Odoi. What can they do from here? Hudson-Odoi across the box. Header from Havertz, but well defended by Kouyaté. And I think that is a goal kick. Kouyaté has headed the ball onto Havertz. Better, though, from Chelsea in this beginning bit. We are creating something again. And Josh is also going for Werner. So there we are. Not just me having that Werner faith. Havertz is looking a lot better, though, in this game. Got himself into the areas now, so we can't complain. We really can't complain. Crystal Palace looking to make 2 subs. James McCarthy, I believe, because he's the one on the bench, who is come back from an injury, as we said earlier on. He might not be on the team sheet, but he is. He is on the team sheet, and he is looking to come on, James McCarthy. And I couldn't tell who the other person was. I think it might have been Schlupp, but there we are. And Just Relax is going for Eze to score the next goal. There we are. Eze to score the next goal. That could be, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it. Number 15, Jeffrey Schlupp is coming on for Crystal Palace, and James McCarthy is also coming on. Two very positive changes there for Crystal Palace. Jeffrey Schlupp will definitely use his attacking capabilities to get himself up the pitch, which should be interesting for them and hopefully spark something for this team. They do look a little bit flat. It'll be interesting to see who comes off. The Gaming Peeps is also going with Werner for the next goal. Zaha here doing a little bit of skill in front of Mason Mount. Didn't really get himself anywhere. Rolled it back to Gary Cahill at the halfway. Kouyaté, and now Mason Mount is putting the pressure on Gary Cahill, and they've had to go all the way back to the keeper now. And Crystal Palace maybe should have done a little bit more with the ball there. They keep going backwards, which is the problem, a very negative way. Maybe the subs of Jeffrey Schlupp and James McCarthy will do them the favour and be able to get them further forward. Zaha, though, looking for that big switch out wide to Joel Ward. Joel Ward gets it. A bit of a bad ball there from... I've forgotten his name now, Zaha. Bit of a bad ball from Zaha, and Joel Ward has brought down Christian Pulisic, who had pounced on the stray ball, and it is a free kick to Chelsea just inside the Crystal Palace half. Jeffrey Schlupp is coming on. I'll be interested to see who he's coming on for. I thought he was going to come on for then, but Chelsea have taken the free kick anyway. They must have wanted to leave it a little while longer, probably looking more towards that 60-minute mark for the first two substitutions. Kovacic, lovely ball out wide, rolls it into Callum Hudson-Odoi, back into Mount. Hudson-Odoi back out wide again, into Mount again, back into Hudson-Odoi, back into Azpilicueta. Across to Jorginho. Jorginho looks over the top for Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi across the box, missed by Havertz. Falls to Ben Chilwell at the edge of the box, and he's blazed it over from about 17 yards out there. Good opportunity that for Ben Chilwell. Havertz should have hit the ball in the middle of the box. It was a lovely cross from Callum Hudson-Odoi. He was a mile onside, but Havertz should have done better with that there. He's just mistimed it, and there we are. Palace had many shots on target. Well, I don't think they've taken a shot, Jordan, if I'm brutally honest with you. So let me just have a look. They've not taken a shot on target, Jordan. So there you are. There you are. Chilwell needs to chill himself as well. Brilliant. Brilliant. Just relax. I'm glad you're here for the comedy. Riedewald is coming off, and James McCarthy and Schlupp are coming on. I don't know who's gone off for Schlupp. I think I've missed that when I was looking for the player. Eze has gone off for Jeffrey Schlupp, so that'll be why. So that'll be who said Jeffrey? Who said Eze for the next goal scorer? Who said that? Just relax. Said that. Unlucky, mate. You're out of the competition. You're out of the competition. I've been impressed with Zuma so far in this game. I have been very impressed with him. In that heart of the defence, didn't really think he had it in him. Thought he was more of a left centre-half or a right centre-half, but he has proved himself in this game. He's been very strong, very composed, and got himself a goal, which is even better. I'm not sure where Jeffrey Schlupp will be playing. I've not seen them properly line up yet, as Mendy takes a risk there. But Chelsea are playing out of the back really well here. The pressure, there's no point in pressurising this Chelsea team, or at least it seems that way. And Chelsea have got themselves out with Ben Chilwell here. Over to Havertz. Havertz with Mason Mount, looking out wide for Callum Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi, what can he do with it? Can he get a shot off out wide to Mason Mount further? And pulled in. And it has gone out for a Chelsea corner. That came all the way from Edouard Mendy, that did. That attempt. Who scored the Chelsea third goal for Chelsea? That was Zuma, the Gaming Peeps. That was Zuma. N'Golo Kante is coming on for Jorginho. Rest Jorginho's legs for the midweek game. He's had a decent game, Jorginho. Not been too bad. I've not had to worry about him as much in this game. So there we are. Jorginho comes off. On comes N'Golo Kante just to solidify that defence and maybe get us pressing the ball a little bit higher up. We've been a little bit lethargic in the last 15 minutes or so. Mount on the corner. Mount whips it in. I couldn't even see what happened there. The stream was absolutely lagging. Mount whips the ball back in again. Oh, Rudiger's just missed the header there. And it has gone back to Gator from James McArthur. So that was maybe not the best of corners, we'll say. Probably wasn't the best. Chelsea trying to maintain this high press, or at least Mason Mount is using that good work rate that I often talk about. It was Zuma, the third goal. Just relax on the gaming peeps. It was Kurt Zuma. There you are. Pulisic got the second, and who got the first one? Oh, Havertz, wasn't it? It was Kai Havertz. So there we are. If there is anyone new in the stream, be sure to smash that subscribe button. One off 190. That'd be great to get to 190 by the end of today. So that'd be absolutely fantastic. Here you go. Crystal Palace, though, with Wilfred Zaha going up against Callum Hudson-Odoi. It should be a test of Hudson-Odoi's defensive capabilities if Zaha can get into the game here. Zaha, again with the ball, rolls it in to Jeffrey Schlupp. Jeffrey Schlupp looks to go down the side to pull a ball in, whips it across the box. Benteke has scored. I mentioned it earlier on. Benteke has been on the best form of his career for a long, long time. And Christian Benteke, a lovely little run there from Crystal Palace. And that's the first opportunity they've had. And Christian Benteke has taken it very, very well. A lovely header at that back post. Always going to be Ben Chilwell in the air. And Jeffrey Schlupp with an instant impact. And Benteke with an easy goal to make it 3-1 to Chelsea. But just a slight sniff of hope for Crystal Palace, who have got back on the front foot instantly, having scored their goal. So there we are. None of us won. No one said Christian Benteke. Who'd have thought, eh? Who'd have thought Benteke would have been the one to score? What did I think of Liverpool today? I think it was a bit too close for their liking, but we saw it last season. That was how Liverpool played. That's the only way I can say it. And good to see them back getting in winning ways. And whilst it might not please Josh, who is onions making his eyes sore, I'm sure it's just you actually crying from the result earlier, Josh. But there we are. Liverpool, I think, did well. Maybe deserved to win. Probably deserved to win. Chelsea have had 16 attempts. If they bottle this, I'm not going to be happy. I can just see just relaxes. But if this is one of those three comeback games, this season is full of them. I really hope not. But there we are. My score prediction currently of a 3-1 Chelsea is bang on perfect. So that's what I'm hoping for. Fingers crossed. But I'm also hoping for Timo Werner's brace. So I'm a little bit confused. Yes, agree. Glad you agree. I think Liverpool showed their quality when they needed to. Trent Alexander-Arnold, some finished that from a right back. You wouldn't expect that from a right back. Van Aanholt crosses the ball in. Palace growing into this game now. They need to get a few more shots off if they want to get a point or anything from this Chelsea game. Make it look a bit more respectable. Hudson-Odoi clears the ball away. It came down Hudson-Odoi's side, that goal. And I did say, as Mason Mount goes past, Milivojevic looks for him looking for Christian Pulisic, but well read by Joel Ward. Brilliant positional play from Joel Ward to intercept the ball there. That was better, though, from Mason Mount beating a player. 65 minutes in, Chelsea maybe need another just to... I'm worried now because we conceded five last weekend, but just to stop the... just to stop that counter-attack a little bit more. Here's Kovacic. Kovacic, what can he do? Into N'Golo Kante. Of note in that goal, no one really picked up. Who was it? Jeffrey Schlupp. No one picked him up, and that was why he just sort of got to fly by. Everyone sort of left it to everyone else. N'Golo Kante, being N'Golo Kante, left it. Went for it. Sorry, and it is a good ball in from Jeffrey Schlupp, and not a lot Ben Chilwell can do against a man like Benteke. He is some like character of a man, isn't he, Benteke? The Gaming Peep says you're a good streamer. Thank you. I appreciate the comment. And I appreciate the feedback. And hopefully we'll have a few more good streams. I am streaming, like I said earlier on, I'm streaming the Porto game. Jordan, who has been in the chat, I don't know if he's still in the chat, probably is, probably just listening and laughing at me. But there we are. We are doing the Porto game on Tuesday night for that second leg. So there we are. Yes, he's dope. He understands English football the way it should be understood. Thanks, Just Relax. Thanks. Porto 1-0 up at half-time. Shame they lost 2-0 in the week. Doesn't really make a difference to me, does it, Jordan? But there we are. Bit of banter. Ball being played around the back here by Crystal Palace, and Gators just hoof the ball up the field there, looking for Benteke, who's won it in the air. Benteke has fallen to Ayew. Ayew tries to get round Zuma, but Mendy has come out there nice and sharp and stopped any attack there. But that was better from Benteke. Benteke slowly growing into this game, using his strength and maybe not his pace, but his strength and his power to get his team back into this game. Mason Mount, or was that Pulisic? I can't tell who it is because of my thing, but there we are. And Jordan's put laughing faces because I'm laughing at him. I love your content, says the Gaming Peeps. Thank you. I really appreciate it. My dad's in the chat. Havertz nearly got another one. I can only tell it's Kai Havertz because he's got gloves on. There we are. Good streaming. Thanks, Dad. I forgot to put it in our family group chat earlier. I sent it to Jake accidentally rather than the family group chat, but there we are. Maybe why the numbers were so low earlier, Shah, because we didn't have the entirety of the Redgate-Large family in it. But there we are. Thank you for stopping by, Dad. Appreciate it. So Aspilicueta rolls it into Kante, back to Aspilicueta. Can they be a bit more positive? Chelsea I think they need a fourth. Pulisic rolls it into Havertz. Having said that, good save. Not a great finish, but good save. It was a powerful shot. Just created a bit of space there. A lovely diagonal run. Maybe should have taken it a little bit later, taken it half a yard further on, but there we are. It is a good save from Gator there. Havertz, again, he does look sharp in this game. He looks a lot brighter. Maybe haven't seen the best, though, of Kai Havertz in a Chelsea shirt, even today. Lovely ball from Callum Hudson-Odoi into Mason Mount, looking across the box. Everyone misses it. It goes to Jordan Ayew, and Jordan Ayew looking to recover it. Playing a dangerous game, though, but well out. And Crystal Palace have played the ball out of the back nicely and maybe can get themselves on a counter-attack. Jeffrey Slupp looking to hit the line there, and it looks like it has gone out for a throw-in. Dad says both of them are in. Oh, hi, Mum. Hi, Dad. Roy Hodgson looked like he didn't have a poop for 5 years. Brilliant. Brilliant. Just seeing that replay of Kai Havertz there. He's taken it on his left foot. Fair play to him. I don't know what foot Kai Havertz is. I think he's right-footed. Crystal Palace really growing into this game. If they get one more, it's going to make for a difficult 20 minutes for me to watch, at least. I'm going to make it a really difficult 20 minutes to watch. So there we are. Roy Hodgson doesn't look happy with his team's performance so far. Probably a bit happier with the improvements which we have seen in the last, since half-time. This Crystal Palace team is what they should have done when they started, and then maybe they would be level. But still all to play for. They're only 2 goals behind, and that, Chelsea's team don't seem... Ayew's done well there, tried to whip the ball in, but well defended by Rudiger and Chilwell together. They've got 20 minutes and they're 2 goals behind. If they get one more, they are right in this game. So there we are. I can see there's 11 people in the stream. If you are new, smash that like button, hit subscribe. We're on that way to 190 and 195 and then 200 subscribers where Jordan has to do a massive sue. I think Jordan's still down for that. So there we are. He's going to do that down the mic on Tuesday. If we get there, that's a big if. So I need your guys' help. Whoever it is, your mum, your nan, your dog, whoever's YouTube channel it is. Let's get Jordan. Let's embarrass him for the next stream. Well, Porto will do that anyway. So a Crystal Palace throw in deep down the half, looks to cross it in, and Ben Chilwell, again, well defended. He's had a good game so far, Ben Chilwell, attacking and defensively. Not a lot has come down his side. They sabotaged my chance of being top of my FPL mini league with my bros. Oh, that's not great. That's not great. I was top. I don't know if you've heard this before. Just relax. I don't know. I can't remember how long ago you subscribed to me, but I was top of absolutely all of my leagues. and then I have completely bottled it now. And that was up until about January. I was top of all of them, and I was 200 points clear in one, and now I'm 6th. So there you are. Rudiger headers the ball out again. Palace really grown into this game, and the sectional areas, I remember in the first half, it was 3% in Chelsea's half. Now it's up to 19% in the second half. A lovely ball over the top. What can Mason Mount do here, though? Mason Mount one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Great defending from Gary Cahill, that. Just like him in his prime at Chelsea. That was a sensational slide tackle. Sensational. Hayder dropped Dallas in FPL this week. I think that's what everyone's done, haven't they? Everyone's had a mare. Thank you for stopping by, mate. If you are new, smash that subscribe button, buddy. There we are. I think everyone's done that. I'm 800 talents overall. Seriously bottled it. I don't know where I am. I'll check for you in a second. Just relax. I don't know where I am. I like I say though, I was at the top. So something went on in me bathroom there. I was at the top of most of them, and now I'm like 6th, 7th, 8th, whatever. So there we are. And Gary Cahill, just watching that defending from Gary Cahill. Very, very good defending to block Mason Mount. I thought Mason Mount was going to have a clear shot on goal against Gator there, and it would have been a repeat of the angle against Porto the other day. So there we are. Callum Hudson-Odoi down this right-hand side yet again. Rolls it into Mason Mount. Is he onside? The play continues. Across the box. Oh, who is that? Who's gone flying in there? I think that was Christian Pulisic went flying in there trying to get that. But it has been cleared. And Leeds had 2 shots and scored them both. Well, that's what Palace are on at the minute. 1 shot and scored them. That was very much a FIFA game, wasn't it, Hayder? That's what you'd expect from that. A FIFA game is the best way to put it. I think City ended up with about 30 shots. But there we are. And both by King Dallas, I sort of just realised. Yeah, they were. I thought Rafinha was going to get a shot, like I said earlier. I thought he was going to score himself, but there we are. Rolled into N'Golo Kante. Can Chelsea notch again this afternoon? Will they make any more subs as well? Maybe they're resting. Maybe this team isn't. These aren't going to be the players who are going to feature against Porto in midweek. Maybe that's why he's, well, not neglecting the team, but leaving the subs for a little bit later on. We're up to 12 people in the stream. Fantastic stuff, guys. Keep it coming, and keep your questions coming for me as well. 15 minutes left to play here at Selhurst Park. It should be interesting. A final interesting 15 minutes. Reece James looks like he's coming on. I wonder if that'll be for Callum Hudson-Odoi, who was, for me, had a fantastic game. Really positive Callum Hudson-Odoi has, and I think it'd be a shame to take him off, but I can't think of who else they'd take him off for, unless they take him off for Pulisic and then move Callum Hudson-Odoi further up the field onto that left wing. So there we are. We will see in a short while as Azpilicueta drives the ball out again. A good game for Azpilicueta defensively. And Hudson-Odoi, off he goes again. Looks for a big switch towards Ben Chilwell. And what a pass that is. It's Kovacic, out there on that left-hand side. Chilwell and Pulisic get a little bit muddled up, but that's okay. It's rolled back into Kovacic, back into Chilwell. Kovacic again into Kante. Lovely bit of football here. Can they do something with it, though? Mount from the edge of the box. He's going to have a shot. Oh, just over the bar. I say just. It was a couple of meters. It was a couple of meters over the bar. A good effort, though. Deserved the effort. Maybe should have taken it a little bit more or passed it out to Callum Hudson-Odoi. Looks like Reece James is coming on now, I think. Yeah, he's coming on now. It is... Okay, that is the Crystal Palace sub. So it's just said number 9 for number 10. I guess that's Benteke for Andros Townsend for them. And it is Callum Hudson-Odoi and Reece James. That confused the hell out of me there. That really did. But there we are. That really did confuse me, actually. Oh, well. Name a greater comeback than Andros Townsend's hairline. Oh, it's Jordan Ayew who has come off for Andros Townsend. There we are. So a like-for-like one there, really. Keeping Benteke off, I was going to say, I would be surprised. And Chelsea have got a handball at the half there. So there we are. Chat's gone a bit quiet, guys. What are we all doing? What are we all thinking? 15 minutes away. Who do you want to see for Chelsea coming on? I think that means, Crystal Palace have now used up all of their subs. So there we are. I'm hoping Kante gets a good little run out. He's had 30 minutes. He'll have had 30 minutes. So hopefully we can get him back to match fitness as Mason Mount goes straight by Patrick Van Aanholt there. Lovely bit of play. What can he do with it now? He's faced up Van Aanholt again. Reece James has gone wider and Kante back to Kante, into Reece James, back to Kante again, going across the field here to Kovacic into Rudiger, what pass can he find? Goes into Ben Chilwell, it looks like he's going to be blocked out here, and it has, and Crystal Palace have been able to recover, and it has gone all the way back to Gaeta, who is going, looking for Benteke again, who's done really well to bring that down. Benteke growing into this game, doing what he does best, bringing the ball and bringing other people into play. Eating our tea. I don't know what the rest of that was supposed to say there, Dad, but there we are. I'm thinking Mount when that Mount masterclass will help my FPL points. And there is a goal there. I was reading. Great. Cheers. Just relax. I didn't see that. It is Christian Pulisic at the back post who snuck in, but I didn't quite get to see that. We'll have to watch the replay. That does make it 4-1. That's my prediction gone. But let's see what happened there. So he rolled into Mason Mount. Mason Mount looking for Reece James. Reece James puts a delicious ball in. And despite Gary Cahill's best efforts, the ball has found its way to Christian Pulisic at the back post, who had an easy tap in to make it 4-1. Sorry for making you miss that. It's all right, mate. It doesn't really matter, does it? It doesn't really matter. But there we are. I love the chats. I love the banter. So there we are. Who cares if we missed it? We saw it. It was Christian Pulisic, who has got 4 goals in 4 career appearances against Crystal Palace now. So there you are. The more you know, the more you know. And that makes it, like I said, 4-1 to Chelsea. Home and hosed, I think we can say now. A great way to bounce back in the league after a real hammering against West Brom last weekend. And we have 12 minutes left now. Thomas Tuchel will be happy. I won't be surprised if there's a few using the final substitution anytime soon. I would not be surprised at all. But there we are. Andros Townsend looking for Zaha in the box, who's just fouled Reece James there. Unfortunately, if he hadn't fouled him, Zaha would have been in. But there we are. Thought he had to foul him to get there, and he maybe should have just left it. But silly mistake there from Zaha. Silly decision to make. So I have been very, very impressed with this Chelsea team so far. It has been an impressive selection and impressive showing from Chelsea as well. It really has been. I can see we're on 20 likes, so thank you for 20 likes, guys. Really appreciate it. If there is anyone new in here, we are 1 subscriber away from that magic 190, and I'd really appreciate the help if we could get there by the end of today's stream. That would be absolutely fantastic. Ben Chilwell with a long throw. I didn't realise he could throw the ball that far. Wow, that was huge. Cleared out and blocked by Havertz there. Wonder if he'll be coming off. He's had a good day at the office today, Kai Havertz. Goal, assist, involved in everything really that is good that has happened for Chelsea in this game, and it has been good for him as another long ball comes over the top and Mason Mount has got the ball, but he's just fouled Kouyaté there. Another good game as well for Mason Mount. I need to go. Have a great week, Sam. See you next time. No worries, mate. I'll see you Tuesday if you're around for Tuesday. Thank you for stopping by, buddy. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. So. 10 minutes away from full time. Chelsea home and hosed, really. That's all I can say. Chelsea home and hosed. And hopefully we can get a Werner on or someone on. He's probably going to save Werner now for midweek. Get him, make sure he's 100% fit. No silly injuries, no nothing. Maybe Serge Giroud come on or something like that. Just to get them a little bit of match fitness, whatever it may be. But it looks like it's going to be a Chelsea win, and not sure how many subs Tuchel will make. I think it will seem silly not to make the third one to save one of the people's legs who's going to have played a full 90, but there we are. Manuel says, do you prefer Real Madrid or Liverpool at the semi-final? Very good question, Manuel. I think I'd go with Liverpool. And the reason I say this is because I think over 90 minutes, we can beat Liverpool. Whether we can do that over 2 legs is a completely different thing. But I can see us beating Liverpool. Real Madrid always have that ability and that style quality. And just as a quick free kick's been taken there, Wilfried Zaha can't get his shot off. So that's why I'd say Liverpool over Real Madrid at this current moment in time, mate. But it'll be interesting. I think that second leg, is balanced nicely. Here comes Hakim Ziyech coming on for Mateo Kovacic. So maybe Mount will slot in that centre mid role alongside N'Golo Kante there. And Ziyech will go into one of those attacking midfield roles or winger roles. But yeah, I'd say Liverpool. Liverpool are, not in the best form themselves, and we've beaten them once this season. We've beaten them a couple of times last season. So I think we can do it, especially over 90, and especially without Van Dijk and Joe Gomez and Joel Matip in that team. Definitely would prefer to play against Real Madrid. Liverpool, sorry. But if we did play Real Madrid, I do think we'd give them a good run for their money. Good result, this, says Josh. Yeah, it does look like a very good result for Chelsea. An exciting result as well. I'm glad that it's been nice to... Azpilicueta nearly did a bit of a short header back, and Benteke almost pounced there, but Mendy read the situation very nicely and managed to get to the ball first. Yes, I was just looking at Ziyech. Ziyech has gone into that position, which I expected in the attacking, sort of the wide attacker, if you will, in that 3 forwards. And Mason Mount looks to have dropped a little bit further back. But yeah, a very good result for Chelsea. This coming into the final 7 minutes of the game. If we could get one more, I'd be absolutely buzzing. And it'd be nice to see as Ziyech picks the ball up, rolls it into Havertz. Ziyech goes out wide to Ben Chilwell. Chilwell looks to lift the ball into the back post, finds Reece James. Reece James, can he do something? Needed to be a bit more urgent there. Pulled back to Mason Mount. Mason Mount blocked by James McArthur and falls to N'Golo Kante. Reece James needed to be a lot faster there. Havertz was in acres of space if it had just brought it down. Or it might have been Pulisic. Honestly, I can't tell from up here. I just know Havertz has gloves on. But there we are. A lovely ball again out wide to Reece James. Reece James pulls it back to Havertz this time. Havertz looks for Ziyech, but couldn't quite reach it. And now they've got the chance to attack themselves, but Zaha has managed to win a free kick. So a missed opportunity there to attack there. Tactical foul is what I'm going with Azpilicueta. So, as I've been reiterating, I am streaming on Tuesday, so Jordan will be back for that. That should be fun, that should be exciting, and it should be a good laugh. It always is with Jordan. It always is. He's a good lad. So, it should be fun, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be an exciting game. Maybe something like this would be nice. A nice 4-1 result to Chelsea. I'd take that. Even if it was a Porto goal first and then 4. I'd take that. I would take that. Oh, Kouyaté making a bit of a mistake there. Made a bit of a hash of that. And Guaita is going to have to smash the ball up the field again. So, similar story all the time here. But Benteke has won another header. Zaha must have been miles offside there. And they've missed another opportunity to attack here. That has been the problem with Crystal Palace today. When they have got the ball in the final third, they've made the wrong decision on too many occasions. Zuma is just down off the ball here. Looks like he may have collided with Benteke when they were in the air. I don't think there's much in that. I think Zuma's gone down a little bit easily, if I'm perfectly honest with you. But there we are. Yeah, I think the problem with Crystal Palace today has been that lack of decision making up front. They've had opportunities, especially in the second half. They have had the opportunities, and when they've got the ball, they've not done the right thing with the ball. And against a side like Chelsea, who have made them pay, they just will make you pay. And you're asking for trouble when you're doing stuff like that, especially when Havertz was in the mood he was in today, and Mason Mount's just lost the ball out there, but well intercepted there from Aspilicueta to stop another attack. And Reece James can go the other way now. Can we get a fifth before the end of the game? Maybe a slight redeeming factor against West Brom if we manage from the game against West Brom. If we manage to get a fifth this evening, that would be really, really good for Chelsea and Thomas Tuchel, and to show that they were more than capable of bouncing back despite a lot of people's questioning of their character. But there we are. Zuma again just shrugs off Benteke this time. That's been a good battle so far, or at least it has been in the last 5 minutes. It's been a very good battle. Out wide to Reece James. Reece James into Hakim Ziyech. Ziyech sees the run of Havertz. Havertz, can he finish that? Oh, awful finish. A truly awful finish that from Havertz. He's just not put his foot through it. He's trying to do it too easily. Tried to place it in the corner, and Gaita's just had an easy job. It should be 5-1. Havertz should have his second goal of the game, but he didn't do enough there to score. He just really didn't. That seems to be the problem with Havertz and Werner. They try and place the ball too often. In that occasion, you just need an absolute smash through the ball, and that would have been much better for them and would have actually got them the goal. So there we are. Another missed opportunity for Havertz to get himself on the score sheet, especially when he needs it, like he does at this moment in time. And we have been playing down this right-hand side so much, and Reece James is on his bike again, and he's had an effort there, and it's blocked by Patrick Van Aanholt. So it is nearly time for man of the matches. If there is anyone still in the stream, I don't think there's too many people in, but if you have been watching, let us know who you think your man of the match is, and I will come up with mine in a short while to let you guys know who I think my man of the match will be. My score prediction has now obviously failed, with it being 4-1 instead of 3-1. But, we take them, provided it's a positive reason I've lost, as in not like last week where I said it'd be 3-1 Chelsea and we lost 5-2. As long as it's a positive thing, I think that is not a problem at all. But we are 2 minutes away from full time, and hopefully we can get a fifth. That's what I'm hoping for now. And I think I have decided my man of the match. Maybe it's not someone I really mentioned, but he has done well so far. And he's got himself 2 goals, and I think that is credit to him. It's nice to see him back on the score sheet. Ben Chilwell looking for Hakim Ziyech there. But nice to see him back on the score sheet. And that person is Christian Pulisic. I think where he brings himself ahead of someone like Mount. Mount has been good in this game, really linking up the play. Same with Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi maybe a little bit unlucky not to get himself on the score sheet or on the assist sheet. But Christian Pulisic has been in the right place at the right time. Hasn't really done too much wrong in those attacking areas. And when he's had his opportunities, he has been clinical. So there is my man of the match, Christian Pulisic, for his 2 goals in this game. But honourable mentions, Kai Havertz has had a much better game today. 1 goal, 1 assist. Maybe should have had more goals as well, as we mentioned a few minutes prior. But there we are. It's one of those things. And Callum Hudson-Odoi as well is another honourable mention for that, as N'Golo Kante skips past a few players, rolls it into Pulisic again with a lovely ball out to that left-hand side. Ben Chilwell puts it across the box to Ziyech. Ziyech has missed it on his weaker right foot. And you would not believe we paid nearly 50 million for that man on that. Jeez, that was not good. As a professional footballer, can you be? He didn't even make a contact with that. That was truly awful from Hakim Ziyech. But in the grand scheme of things, not really going to make too much of a difference to this Chelsea side. So there we are. Not too much of a worry. Just would have been nice for Hakim Ziyech to get himself a goal, but not too much of a worry. 2 minutes of added time. And then it looks like Chelsea are going to be back up in 4th place in the Premier League in a commanding position for a Champions League spot. And West Ham, like I said, play tomorrow against Leicester City. And that is a massive game. 3rd versus what will be, 6th at the start of play, but 4th at the start of the weekend. So a massive game for both of them. Could, bring Leicester, if West Ham win, it brings Leicester back into that top 4 discussion. And if West Ham, if Leicester win, it takes West Ham out of the top four discussion, maybe a little bit more. And if West Ham win, and it brings Leicester back in. I don't know what order I said it in then, but that totally threw me off. I don't know how I managed that. But there we are. Score predictions for the El Clasico. Score prediction for the El Clasico. That's a hard one, actually, Jordan. The El Clasico, I do believe, Josh will correct me if I'm wrong, is on Josh's channel. So if you want to hop over there, Jordan, he will sort you out for that. I don't know if it's live now. I don't know. I don't know what the plan is, but there we are. I don't know when the kickoff is. Score prediction for the El Clasico. I am going to go with 2-2. Go 2-2. Go goals, but go boring. Who won? Nice Chelsea. Went to play football in the park. Fair enough, Shah. Fair enough. It is 4-1 Chelsea. Christian Pulisic is bagged a second. Zuma and Havertz are the other goal scorers, and Benteke has scored for Crystal Palace. Chelsea might have one last attack here, though, if they can be direct with it. It doesn't look like they're going to try too much to get players forward. Just look like they're going to maybe waste a little bit of time. Can't really blame them. 4-0 down. But Ziyech wants a goal by the looks of things. He's still driving at the heart of that defence. And that is it. That is full time at Selhurst Park. A great win for Chelsea. Thank you. We are finally, I say finally. I'm acting as if we lost like 6 games in a row. But it's nice to return, nice to be back on top, and nice to be back scoring goals. And even better to see 4 goals flying. I think that's the most we've scored under Thomas Tuchel. So there we are. Who is man of the match? Bruno. My man of the match was Christian Pulisic, but I did say there was honourable mentions too. Kai Havertz and Callum Hudson-Odoi, who were both fantastic. So let's have a look at the at Sofa Scores. We'll have a look there, and we will then just have a bit of a debrief, and then we will conclude today's stream. So here we are. So we'll start with the Chelsea side. Easier to talk about the Chelsea side because they have won at the end of the day. Eduard Mendy, 6.3 match rating, literally had nothing to do. I think if we look at the shot count, I've lost my mouse again. It's gone onto my TV. Hang on. There we are. If we look at the shot count, total shots, one on target, 1 goal for Crystal Palace. Maybe could have done a little bit better, maybe flung himself at the ball a little bit more. But nevertheless, 6.3, not really much to talk about there. Kurt Zuma and Rudiger both, I think, had a good game in that team. And obviously, Zuma scoring a goal again, back on the score sheet. Great to have him back on the score sheet. Ben Chilwell, maybe a little bit harsh of a rating there. I don't think he's really done too much wrong in terms of today's game. But there we are. Maybe not everyone has the same ideas that I do, but I guess that's how life is. Mateo Kovacic and Jorginho both with a 7.5 and 7.6, and Callum Hudson-Odoi on a 7.6. I would have put Callum Hudson-Odoi more towards that 8 zone, but I can understand that. Mason Mount with an 8.4. He did get an assist, but he was good today, but I don't think he was as good as an 8.4. Christian Pulisic, the man of the match, 8.7, 2 goals. Can't really take that away from him, really, in any way, shape, or form, with 2 goals. Can't really expect anything else from your winger. And it's great to have him back on the score sheet. 3 goals in the last 2 games in the Premier League. Even better for Chelsea. And Kai Havertz, we mentioned at the beginning, how would this front 3 work? And it worked fantastically, didn't it? It really did work fantastically, with Mason Mount getting an assist, Havertz getting a goal and assist, and Pulisic getting 2 goals. So, job well done for the attackers. And just looking at this Crystal Palace side, Gary Cahill with a 7 match rating, deserved. Probably one of the shining beacons of this Crystal Palace team. He put in a solid performance, just like we know Gary Cahill can do. And he definitely brought the score down by a little bit. Riedewald, didn't really see much of him, nor any of this midfield, and that was a little bit... It was more the fact that they didn't have much going forward. And Benteke with the 7.5, winning headers, doing this, doing that, scoring a goal. And a decent day at the office for Christian Benteke. What opportunities he did get, he scored. So you can't knock the man there. You really can't. Wilfried Zaha, quiet throughout the game, as you can see by that rating there. We'll just have a look at the player statistics as well. Have a look at the chances and stuff like that. chance created, whatever it may be. Where are we? Key passes here. Let's have a look. 5 key passes from Callum Hudson-Odoi. I told you he was creating a lot of chances, with Mason Mount and creating 2 big chances as well. So there we are. Lots of chances being created by this Chelsea side. Jeffrey Schlupp, the only one featuring there on this Crystal Palace side who's actually made an attempt. And then we'll just have a look at the attacking stuff. We don't care about the defending stuff, do we? Shots on target. Kai Havertz with 4 shots on target, 1 shot off target, and a goal for himself. Maybe should have got himself a couple of goals rather than just a singular one. But I think looking at it, Kai Havertz would have been more than chuffed with a goal and an assist today. And Christian Pulisic, 3 shots on target, 2 goals. So not a bad day at the office for Christian Pulisic either. So this is how the table shapes up, with Manchester City still at the top of the table despite their loss today. Not really too much of a worry there. If Man United win their next 2 games, that takes them, 8 points behind Manchester City? Then the doubt starts creeping? Probably not. But it's always there, isn't it? Man United have 2 games in hand, which is always helpful for them. And City have the points on the board. Leicester versus West Ham, like I mentioned, is tomorrow, which is a big game for this race, because if West Ham win, that puts West Ham on 55 points, just 1 point behind Leicester City in 4th place. And if Leicester beat West Ham and do Chelsea a favour, then Chelsea are only 5 points behind, Leicester City. So that is how it shapes up. And Crystal Palace, easy season for them, not getting relegated. I hope I've not jinxed that, but they don't look like they are going to get relegated this season. 38 points, 2 points away from that 40, and not a bad season for Crystal Palace, despite the scoreline today. So we'll have a look through the chat, and we will then head off. So like I said earlier on, if there are anyone watching who isn't already subscribed to Josh, go over to Josh. He will be doing the El Clasico later on, whenever that kicks off. I can't really remember off the top of my head, but there we are. Thank you for watching, guys. If you are new and you have enjoyed, be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe. I think we're on 20 likes, which is pretty damn amazing if you ask me. So Chelsea have won 4-0. They have bounced back in the Premier League, with Havertz scoring, Pulisic getting 2, and Zuma bagging as well. So that's all you need to know from Chelsea's game. A very, very convincing Chelsea performance, which has seen them beat a not great Crystal Palace side. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, and I will see you on Tuesday night for Chelsea versus Porto. Cheers.